What if I told you that the biggest problem with hell is that you want to be there? Now, hell is supposed to be a place of torture and torment and negative energy, you say. And that's a fact. But guess what? Even that isn't enough to make you not want to be there. Now, I didn't say you wanted to go, but I said you want to be there. So hell is a place no one wants to go, but when you are there, there's no other place you'd rather be. I want you to think about this. Imagine when you become possessed with anger. Now, before this happened, you didn't want the anger. You didn't want to argue. You didn't want the beef, okay? You didn't want to carry around negative energy for someone else and have that rent space in your mind and in your life, right? You didn't want that. But as the argument got greater, as the argument ensued, you turned into wrath and anger, right? And hostility. Now, at first, you don't want to go there. I don't want to go there, right? I don't want to argue. But when it's there, it's like, okay, you got me now. You want it, you got it. And now people are saying, calm down, calm down. And you're like, no, I'm not calming. The last thing on your mind is calming down. And then after it's over is, y'all need to talk. No, we don't, because you want to keep the anger. You literally want to keep that anger. It begins to feel good. When you're in it, you want it. And you don't realize that the hell is still there. You're still in a hell whether or not you want to be there or not. I mean, I know when you were outside of hell, you knew you didn't want to be in it. But now that you're in it, you want to be in it. And it's crazy because it's almost like you've forgotten that you're in a hell. And this hell is the one you created for yourself. The Bible is a big riddle. I keep telling you guys, it's not a factual book. It's an allegorical book. And God represents you. You are putting yourself in hell. God puts you in hell, right? Well, you put you in hell, family. Hell is in your mind. Whenever you hate someone, whenever you are at odds with someone, if you look at someone and you feel negative energy and want the worst for them, I need you to understand that is being done to you by you. You don't have to be that way. You could actually forgive them. But the fact is, you enjoy the hate that you have for them. It actually even fuels you, which shows you that you are a demon. You are a devil. You are now possessed with the very hell that consumes you, because you're on a mission to destroy the person that you dislike, that puts negative energy in you. Now you become on a mission to destroy them. You are a demon. You don't look in the mirror and see horns, and you don't even feel like a demon. You likely still feel like the same person, but you have this anger for them because they did something to you. And because you haven't let it go, you're still playing the role of a devil because you're in hell. And what do you do when you're in hell? You work for the devil. See, and that person is you. That person is a manifestation of you. That person was to teach you something about you, not for you to waste more time hating them and being angry at them, and you can't move forward in life over what they did to you. That person probably ain't even in your life no more. And yet and still you wake up every morning and recreate what they did to you and still live as a broken, traumatized individual over something that a person did who's no longer in your life. And you actually want to be there. You see, it's like when you're a victim, you want to be that. Guess what he did to me? Guess what she did to me? Oh, I'm getting them back because I have a reason to be mad. And it feels good every time you start to let this anger out. And it would feel good actually for you to probably even do something to them or bring harm to them, meaning it would bring you joy to hurt them. Doesn't that mean you're a demon? Think about this, family. Imagine when you're scrolling on Facebook, social media, and let's say in life, you say, I want to be famous, right? Or not famous, but I want to be successful. You tell the universe, I want to be successful. I want to accomplish things in my life. And then you see someone who's accomplishing things in their life. And all of a sudden, when you see them, you hate. You turn into hate and you say, I don't want that for them because my life sucks. I do the same thing as them and they're further than me. And what just happened is you hated on your future self. That was your opportunity to be free from hell. But what happened is you hated on a person that was further along in life. And that is you. It's just a reflection. So it shows you how you would see you, and you wouldn't like you successful. So the universe says you don't want to be successful because I gave you a glimpse. And the first thing you felt was hate. I saw this guy, man. He always goes, it's called Poor Man's Podcast. He always go, let me get the HBO special. That's the Help a Brother Out special. I'm trying to get to 10,000 views by the end of the year. And man, this was 4 months ago, and he's at 180 something thousand views, 180 something thousand subscribers. And as soon as I saw it, I felt gratitude in my heart and said, man, I'm proud of this guy. What a hell of a goal. I said, I wanted to grow on YouTube. A week later, I'm going up 20 and 30,000 subs in a day. You understand? See, I had an opportunity to hate on myself, hate on my future self, but instead I did not. I went from 67,000 subscribers to like, I'm almost at 90,000 subscribers, and it's only in a week's time, family, you know? And it's because I said, I'm going to get myself out of my hell. I was like, the way to get out of hell, the way to get into heaven is to act like you want to go to heaven, is to make steps towards heaven, is to put forth effort every day to get to heaven. So it was like, if I want my YouTube channels to grow, then Kevin, you got to put in work, right? You got to be more intentional. So instead of being upset that someone else is getting further in life, instead of that, push yourself, create the content and see what happens. Well, it's crazy because when I saw him, like I said, I'm looking at the content. And then when I looked at the views, I looked at the subscribers, I heard him say, I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. And it was in this year. And so we was in like August. No, we was in like August or September. So he started that goal. You know, it was the video was 4 months old. But when I looked at the video, he was already at 160,000 subscribers, talking about, I'm trying to get to 10,000 views by the end of the year. And the video was 4 months old. Absolutely unbelievable, right? I saw Young Pharaoh made over $1 million from YouTube. This man was producing content like nobody's business, being fruitful. And what it equaled for him was a big year. You understand? And like, that encouraged me, because I look at that and I say, like, we'll have many opportunities, family, to put ourselves in hell, to hate on our future self. Let's take somebody like Young Pharaoh. He was very successful in what he was able to do. Now, a lot of people, we'll judge him by his actions, right? Things that we don't like that he did, and we'll turn him into all bad. And now you're not able to learn anything from him. But what he has shown us is that if you are consistent and you have a plan and a goal and you work hard to achieve it, it's literally nothing you can't do. He has showed us that. It's like we should be appreciative of that. And if we highlight everything negative about the person, we may not be able to see the positives, meaning we can't transform. We can't take the future self, the positives from him, and grow. That's why I say eat the meat and spit out the bones, because if you make a person bad, you can never be them. See, the thing is, you might not like his character or what he did with the resources, but he was able to get them. See, it's like you might not like the fact that fishermen throw their fish back in the sea. You might say they should take it back home. But still, if they're a great fisherman, learn how to fish from them. You can do different with your fish when you catch it. But it's something you can learn from people. So we're always playing the judge of God, trying to put people in hell. And what we're doing is actually putting ourselves in hell, because I am. You see what I'm saying? So instead of doing that, see people as where they are, a place that you can get to, and rise up instead of pulling them down. You understand? Because imagine you're tied onto them, right? And the only way to elevate is to pull yourself up off of what you learn from them. If you snatch them down and your rope is tied to them, both of y'all gonna drop, right? So instead, don't snatch them down. You pull yourself up very carefully off the good, the positive they give you, learning to be the best you that you can be. Don't adopt the negative stuff. You understand? But at the same time, pull yourself up, but never yank another person down. Because when you send somebody to hell, it is you who is cast out of heaven. I promise you, family. And when you do cast you out of heaven, you actually want to be there. How are you going to get out when you want to be there? How are you going to break the cycle when you want to do the stuff that you're doing? For those of you who don't practice self-discipline when it comes to how you spread your loins, how you sleep around, how are you going to get out of that if you actually want to do that? If you want to sleep with every old girl that you want without getting to know her, without understanding anything about her character, if you want to do that, how are you going to relieve yourself from the hell that is created whenever you have children outside of wedlock with women who you don't know their character, with women who you don't know how they're going to raise your children, with women that's going to weaponize your children against you? You have to want to be out of hell and do the work to get there. So you getting out of hell might look like discipline, and that might be miserable for you. See, a lot of times, like you guys being disciplined and getting to a life of better credit, a better life overall, it's going to feel like hell. And for a lot of y'all not going to want to do it. And that's what happens to us. We can't dig ourselves out of hell because the work that takes us to get out means we have to fall apart. We have to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And in order for us to get rid of it, we have to be disciplined. So you can't get rid of going to the club every week because you're going to get bored. And saving your money for what? Why I want to pay back all these creditors when I could use this money to do something with, to give me instant gratification, but I owe them. I ain't getting nothing from them, but I should pay them, right? They've ruined your credit. You're actually paying them every month. Your credit score is bad, so all your bills are higher every single month. So until you go through the hell and fix it, you're never gonna get to heaven. But you can keep living like you in heaven and spending your money every single week like you ain't got bills, and you're gonna keep living like you're in hell. And that's the problem. When you practice low discipline, you actually enjoy it. You enjoy not getting up and going to work out every day. You enjoy sleeping at all hours of the day. So the results is your body puts you through hell. You're always tired, right? You don't feel like you have enough energy to do anything. You're not strong. Your body's not as healthy as it can be. But you enjoy the hell you're in. You enjoy laying there with all them snacks beside you and not waking up and doing anything. You enjoy that. Come on now, let's be real. But you know your body wasn't made to lay cozy in a bed all day. That's not what you were designed to do. But if you keep living in that, what's going to happen for you? What do you get for laying in the bed all day? Do you get success? Have you found a way to monetize that? Have you found a way to still be healthy when you're doing that? To burn calories doing that? No. In order for you to be healthy, change your life, and get successful, you got to do something that requires you to put in effort. And most people see effort as hell. Sometimes it's a little bit backwards. What feels like hell can get you to heaven sometimes. And what feels like heaven can get you to hell. Like they say, wide is the road to hell. Wide, because everybody gonna want to go that way. It feel good. It's probably downhill too. Right? But narrow is the way to heaven. It's that way that most people ain't gonna want to go. Most people are not gonna be able to fit on that trail. They're not cut out for that one. Right? Because that requires work. Heaven or hell is a state of the mind. If you want to be happy, family, you got to put in effort to get there. If you want to be sad, you ain't got to do shit. Just sit around on your ass. It might feel good in the moment, but what comes from that is going to be all the misery you'll ever know when you wake up and open your eyes and realize you didn't fulfill your purpose. So if you be happy in hell, that's exactly where you're going to stay. You have to not like where you are so much that you're willing to do the things you don't want to do to get out. For real. That's it, family. Peace.